we'd chat a little bit while I'm in the garage. This is kind of our drinks fridge and overfill or whatever. This summer we really don't have drinks. My husband is the one. And now it's gonna beep at me telling me it's not cold enough, so I'll have to shut it for a minute. But basically, during the school year, my kids get these, the younger kids get these in lunch. Older kids get a water bottle, or sometimes we have body armor, or every once in a while I'll get apple juices. I'll show you. I did get those. Every once in a while I'll buy these a little bit bigger, but it's all, I mean, there's no sugar added, but there's still 30 grams of sugar in this because it's apple juice, right? Whereas my younger kids, I can still get away with these. There's 8 grams of sugar, right? Only 35 calories. But anyway, so this is just a treat. Journey has to take lunch every day because of her allergies. We don't drink milk, and so even with hot lunches, I try to send an alternative for my other kids, my 2 that eat hot lunch, because I don't want them drinking milk. Milk does not agree with our family. So anyway, I am just taking it out of the plastic wrap because quick mornings, I don't have time to get it out of the plastic, right? But I just thought I'd come on here and chat and say, you know, my garden, I love gardening, but I feel like I'm just at a stage of life where maybe I'm gonna have to cut back. So I'm kind of up in the air with what I want to do next year, because I feel like the state of the world, I should be prepping more and be more prepared, and here I am in a stage where I'm doing far less. You know, I purchased some organic pears and I just threw them to my chickens for chicken feed because I never got to them. I was going to make a big roaster just of pear butter, and it didn't happen. So, I mean, was it wasted? No, they were cheap, and the chickens are enjoying them right now. However, that wasn't my intention, right? It's just because I never got to them. So basically, I'm just trying to think, what can I do instead of maybe all my canning? I'm at a point where I think I do have a little bit of extra money saved up, that what I might do is I might do a big haul on some of our staples that I can't be without. So we'll see. So I was able to do that. It doesn't take super long, but it still takes time. So we've got a few kombuchas in there. We've got the little ones, juice boxes, so they can be cold. And then the apple juices, a few waters in the back. And I got this on super clearance, and Bentley likes it. So instead of pop, he gets to have that. This is ready to be taken into our regular fridge. Our hummus I need to take to our regular fridge as well. These are leftovers that I'm probably gonna go warm up for those of us that will eat it for lunch today. And then this is our egg fridge as well. This is usually where I keep all of our extra eggs. Some people buy them from us. There was a gnat there. And then these, I buy these whenever they go on sale because normally they're like $7 a bag. So these went on sale, I think, for $2.99, which was like so cheap. So I bought a bunch of them. 3 of them expire October 30th, so we're still doing good. This one isn't until November, but those are Journey's. She absolutely loves them, and they are dairy free, so she can have them. But I keep those in here. My husband bought Mountain Dew. I never buy pop, but that's his stash. And then his beer stash. So anyways, these were kind of rough. I don't know. So they can have that at home sometime, maybe today, I don't know. But this is what we have, and like I said, that gets filled up with eggs. This will just be miscellaneous extras because I'll take this out, and this will be out as well. So sometimes it's just overflow for what won't fit in our regular fridge after I go to the grocery store, which I have not gone to the grocery store yet. But, and then this is kind of my gluten-free baked goods are up here. So gluten-free muffins, the gluten-free, I bought that from a friend. And then these are the waffles Journey can have. These are just, I ran out of room somewhere, I think. Frozen apple butters, or this is peach syrup. So that's for pancakes. We really like it, so I could thaw that out. I have some rhubarb in there. This I need to clear out. And then the bottom two, this is all saved for safe things for Journey. So the waffles aren't supposed to be there. I mean, those are safe for her, but I don't usually put those there. So these are like kind of all her desserts, so she can have the Dole Whip. These popsicles are getting low, so it's about time for me to replace popsicles. I don't even know why that's in there. That has to be so old. I feel like I clean my freezers out all the time. Her jelly bars, she's got a couple jelly bars. I like to keep the ice cream up on this shelf. And then here I keep her, these are M&Ms that she can have. So I keep those in the freezer. These are chocolate bars she can have. She's never had that New York cheesecake and it's super expired, and so I might just throw it away. And these are also, as you can tell, it came in a set. So that is on the other side, but this is just kind of our garage fridge and freezer. Not very much here. This is the freezer next to that in our garage. And this is supposed to be all of my kind of produce and vegetables that I put up. So on the top, these are almost all blueberries that I've frozen. I buy them fresh. There's some older, some sooner. These are aronia berries from 2022 that I froze in orange juice for smoothies, and I haven't used them, so I need to start putting a block. And I froze them in my super cubes. I love those things. Anyway, so I just take a block out. Looks like I have maybe some raspberries frozen as well. And then these these are apple juice sweetened cranberries, and I wanted to freeze them on here first so that they won't all stick together. So now I need to get a container to put those in, and then I just take them out. And lots of times I don't have many kids that'll eat them, but Zoe and I love them on our salads. This is chicken broth. That's one stew left over. This is a little bit of chili, again, frozen in my super cubes. Diced tomatoes, some parade squash back there, it looks like I could use in a soup, and rhubarb. This says taco and rice soup. So just kind of miscellaneous things there. That bottom one is peeled and diced tomatoes that I need to add to something I can this year. These are all cubed zucchini. There's a little bit of corn down there. Chopped onion, frozen. Oops. I like to freeze them flat. So those are flat, but then they're falling off. Oh dear. This is all shredded and frozen zucchini. This is older, I need to get to that. This is all chopped onion. And I just chopped that this year. I didn't label it, I'm not sure why. Maybe because I didn't have any other onions in here. These were serrano peppers from a couple years ago. I don't even think we're gonna use them because they're so hot. So that might be something that I decide to feed to my chickens. I'm not really sure. I just got all kinds of things falling at me. Anyway, then these are sweet peppers, chopped and diced. All of these are from different years. So I typically label them with how many cups because I like to use them to can my salsa. So that is all there. This is for some broth. This is super old that got left down there. And these are some older hams. This is some nasty frozen banana that I probably need to get rid of as well. This was some frozen pesto. I thought I had a bunch of pesto frozen and I don't see it in here. So maybe I have a bunch of basil. Maybe I need to freeze some pesto. And then over here, this is all lard I rendered a few years ago. I keep it in the freezer and we take it out one jar at a time. Here it is. Here's my pesto cubes from 2020. They are probably freezer burnt, looks like, but it is what it is. This needs to go out to the chickens. This is applesauce. These are some frozen peppers again. This is peach butter from 2020. Looks like I need to get that out as well. Peach butter or syrup, so like we use this on our pancakes. If I thin it out, this is also peach butter or syrup. This is apple juice from 2020, wow. So, oh, it's gonna beep at me because it's not cold enough. This is also apple juice. So this is like concentrate. I would add water to it. I'm gonna close it quickly so we don't have to listen to that sound. All the lovely fly poop on the door there. Oh, it's still gonna beep at me here for a minute. So maybe here, that needs to be thrown away. Some dog treats, right? Never know what's gonna be out here. Some salve. Here are onions I purchased because I can't seem to grow onions well. So these are organic, I bought from farmer. I was planning on using them in all my canning and different things, but I don't know, it might be time to chop those up and freeze them before they go bad. This is just a little bit of garlic left. I'm going to be ordering garlic in bulk here sometime to plant, because we usually do that in October around here. Okay, let's see if it will let me finish. That's still going to be badass. But basically, this is older tomato soups that I froze that I pull out for myself because nobody will eat it. That was given to me on accident, I think, in a grocery pickup order one time. So I have a bunch of tomato soups. I like to eat it with grilled cheese, but that is kind of my produce freezer. And right now I'm gonna be chopping and doing a bunch more peppers and things, so it will be filling up, and I hope to freeze some broth as well here soon. So this freezer will beginning to freeze. I mean, to beginning to be full. Now here is our next deep freeze. Just a little chest freezer here. And this is beef liver. I'm the only one that likes it in my family, but one, it's very good for me because I'm anemic, and we keep it. These are some older short ribs that we've never made. I'm not really short ribs, we don't usually get those, so they're older. Just some different small, that's a sirloin steak. Interesting. So just some random things. This is beef I bought and froze, obviously, from Kroger. But then here is, I helped butcher. We have friends who buy chickens and butcher every year, and this year I said, hey, can I pay you to buy the chickens, feed them, and I'll come help you butcher. I don't know how much help I'd be, but I was able to be in that process for a while this year. And so through that process I got a dozen chickens, and they are frozen in here, and that was the May 27th, looks like, maybe this year. And they don't keep the feet for dry. So I brought these home, scrubbed them down really, really well, individually individually bagged them into smaller bags, and I will make that for chicken broth because chicken feet make amazing chicken broth. And here is just some more beef, a little bit of beef we have left over. We don't have hardly any beef left. But so this is all whole chickens that we butchered. And then this is all lard that needs to be rendered. So I've threatened to do this so often. It's kind of a winter thing, so I'm gonna have to do that this Christmas. It's a ton, and it's getting freezer burnt, and so I need that kind of off of there so that I can do it in my, I don't know, my huge crock pot likes to be hot, so I might have to do that in my roaster, and it is a lot. But then I have to know where to put it, right? So that is the next deep freeze, mostly chicken. It's supposed to be chicken and beef, but that lard I need to get out of there. And we are hoping to get maybe a quarter of beef just so we have our hamburger here sooner than later. So I'm not sure, but hopefully that will be filling back up. And then our next deep freeze is just stuff we buy at the store. So, well, for the most part, I say that. This is a really old pork loin that Justin never smoked for some reason that I found. Random hot dogs. Quinoa taco soup. Journey and I liked it. I froze some soup here as well, looks like. I freeze a lot of soup because nobody eats it but me. Seems to be. Some do, I shouldn't say that, but. And then this is just our freezer. These are 2 chickens my dad butchered. And so then we just have like some French fries. Journey can have these pretzels, so some night, like when I'm not home and Justin's home, that's an easy main supper for him. Justin grills these from Costco, and they are absolutely amazing. I love them. Lots of tater tots. We love tater tots. Broccoli. The kids love these organic mangoes. I usually keep those in the fridge in the house, but we are kind of tight on room. Bentley loves these pot stickers, so I have those. And then these are roasting sweet potatoes. I've never tried these, but it's less work for me, right? And Zoe and I really like sweet potatoes. And then these are all once a year. I filmed it, never posted it. These are oven crispy popcorn shrimp from Costco. I mean, not Costco, from Aldi. And Aldi only has them once a year for like 2 weeks. But they do not contain, look, they contain shrimp, wheat, and soy. They do not contain milk or eggs. Every other popcorn shrimp in this world has milk and eggs. So I literally bought 20 packs of these, I think. And because Journey loves them, everybody loves them. I can't eat them, but everybody else does. So we have gone through those quicker than I would have liked. And then just looks like 1 frozen pizza here. Sometimes we have more than that. And then mild Italian sausage in there. So that's just kind of our what do we buy at the store freezer, and right now it's pretty low. And then lastly, up against our game wall here, this is our pork and applesauce freezer and butter freezer, I guess you could say. Oh, see, these didn't fit in there, so I'll have to move those back over when we bought them all. So up here is all my applesauce, and this year, I can't believe I'm saying this, I didn't make any applesauce this year. So we will be eating down our applesauce from last year. I didn't order any bulk, so there might still be some coming. But I have applesauce and I don't have time. So that's kind of where we're at. And then there is some more applesauce behind here. This is our pork from 2023. So Bentley, Justin really needs to smoke that for me. I don't do pork loin roasts any other way. He smokes them, they're tender and they're good. Look at all these brats. You're probably wondering what in the world. These brats were on clearance at Costco for $5 a pack after 4th of July. So I always encourage you, 4th of July weekend, go, after the 4th of July, go to your grocery stores and look at their meat. Aldi had ribs 50% off because they order so many for the holiday and then they need to push them out. So same thing with Costco, ordered so many for the holiday and they need to push them out. So these were $5 for 14 links. And our family, everyone can eat brats, everyone likes brats. So there's that. This is all ground sausage that we get a whole hog every year. And we got a bunch of ground sausage because that's what my family likes to eat. Turns out they don't like the ham steaks, so I will not be purchasing those anymore. These were older. We actually, I think, got those from Justin's mom because they didn't really care for them. This is all our bacon and bacon ends. So bacon ends, lots of times they're small, but then we also get the bacon jowl, which is a lot fattier, but it's fantastic for flavor if you want to use it for that. So I do get that. These are little pork sausage links. I don't really care for these, so I'm not gonna get those next time. The kids, I think, eat them though. And then we got 2 big hams that are smoked and cured and all that. And so lots of times I'll just put those in a crock pot or something easy like that. These are from Bittner's locker, just a different locker, but it's sausage. So those should be put up there so I make sure I use them. These are beef soup bones I need to make, and same thing over here. They're older, I need to make my beef broth. Here are the ribs. Justin had smoked ribs once already and they were delicious. And the pork neck bones, again, I just use that to flavor broth. That's all I use them for. We obviously are not vegetarians here, and so I really don't care. And this pork is sourced literally down the street from us. We have amazing neighbors who their hogs are outside, not necessarily confined in confinements. So they get sun, they get vitamin D, they're fed non-GMO feed. We know exactly where they're coming from. So that is that freezer. I do have a few, like I said, odds and ends, because this was full when we got our full hog. And so those are pork sausage links. I should probably move down here so that we will use them. Same thing with these. So again, those are ones we got from, I think, my mother-in-law, because they didn't end up eating them. So I'll put these away. And then butter. I buy butter when it's on sale because butter is insane right now. And then I just freeze it. So I have plenty of butter in stock. These are pork chops. They are very old. 2021 looks like. Have Justin cook them. Lots of times if something doesn't taste quite right, I mean 2021, I have no problem eating meat from that that's been frozen. But if we don't like something, like pork chops, sometimes we like, sometimes we don't. I don't order those anymore. I just give it to the dog. He loves it. So it's not a loss. And then these are just the itty bitty pork tenderloins. I love to thaw these out, and then I, in the past, have stuffed them with cream cheese, and I've done like sauteed onions and peppers and then wrap it in bacon, and it was so good. I've only ever done that once, and I did that with a deer loin, actually, I think, not the pork loin, but it would do the same thing. So those are delicious, and I evidently am saving them for a rainy day. I should be using them now. We buy those for New Year's every year, and I think we just kind of forgot it was in there. My son loves that shrimp. So that is my freezer tour. Again, we have 4 chest freezers, and then plus our regular fridge freezers that we use. And as you can tell right now, they are not, get those in there. They are not all full right now, but they are filling up. So quick overview here. We have a lot of freezers. We have a larger family. We like to buy meat in bulk. I like to put up vegetables in the freezer. I don't like to can everything. It's just easier for me. You need to do what's easier for your family. We do have a generator. Obviously, if there's no gas or whatever, we're out of luck. But I don't live in fear. We do the best that we can. We could potentially, if something ever did happen, I could cook up a lot of meat in a day. We have a Blackstone, we have a grill, we have a smoker. Justin could smoke all the chickens if we had an outage or something, and we could figure it all out. So we could put it away if we needed to an extent. Not everything, obviously, but we like our freezers. I'm very thankful for them. There's no way we could afforded this years ago when we were newly married. Or did we need it? Now we have 4 kids, and some who have allergies and things like that. And so that's why I'm thinking I really need to work on what I have in my pantry that my kids will eat and what they need. So I think that's kind of my goal, is that we have sources where we can find meat. We are very fortunate in that. We know people that can butcher their own meat. There's deer, there's things like that. I don't really worry about not being able to find meat or be able to have that protein. We have chickens with eggs, although Journey's allergic to eggs, but that would be a protein source, things like that. And I'm not a prepper at all, but I do like to have a little bit of preparation in the case of something to where we can't find what we need. I'm gluten-free, but the rest of my family eats gluten, so I try to keep a certain amount of wheat, of flour, sorry. But things like that, I don't know, you just gotta do what you think is best. And I am not a preacher of anything, doomsday or anything like that. I just take one day at a time. I thank the Lord each day when I rise, and thank the Lord each night when I go to bed. And I just I just thank him that he's sovereign, he's in control. And even though it feels like the world might be falling apart and we don't know what in the world's happening, he is still in control. And so with that, that's the way we live our lives. But with that, you know, we always heard that scenario where there was a man who was in the ocean drowning, right? And he was there and he had a boat come. And the boat came by and said, hey, can we help you, man? He's like, oh no, God's gonna save me. God's got this, he'll help me out. And they said, okay, and the boat left, right? Helicopter came, the rescue people came down to him. He said, oh no, you know, God's got this, he's gonna help me. And so then they left too. Well, then the guy dies, he drowns, he gets to heaven, and he's like, Lord, you know, why didn't you save me? I know that you can. And God said, well, I sent you a boat and a helicopter. You got to help yourself a little bit, right? You know, I mean, that's not exactly how it goes, but I take that as I don't need to worry about anything, but you know, it's okay. I have a garden. It's not like I'm just gonna be like, oh, God's gonna give me everything I need. I don't have to do a single thing. I don't have to lift a finger. You know, it'd be like saying, I don't have to go to work. I don't have to make any money because God feeds the birds. He does. And I'm thankful for that. But we also need to do our part to an extent. So that's where I'm at. And you can decide what that means for you and your family. But I hope you've enjoyed this tour, short tour of our freezers. And again, maybe I'll do it after I've put all the produce away and after we get that. We're just getting a quarter of beef this year because I don't have a ton of room in my freezers. And maybe I'll just show you again after that kind of what that looks like, that whole process. But I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you for watching. It's just fun. I like watching everybody else's videos, so I thought, why not start posting some of mine again. Have a wonderful day.